If you want to be an amazingly confident speaker, you're in the right place. Mr. Bishal Sarkar is known as the King of Confidence, and he's the highest paid public speaker in India. He's a best-selling author, producer of the famous show The Kingdom, and he's also the founder of Rock the Stage, which is the #1 most practical public speaking course for subject matter experts. For downloading your free practical public speaking toolkit, visit bishalsarkar.com. Here's the man, the King of Confidence, Mr. Bishal Sarkar.
So what can you learn by associating yourself with a few billionaires with a B? Hey, welcome to the episode 12 of the Daily Confidence Show. I'm Bishal Sarkar, best-selling author and creator of Rock the Stage, which is the #1 most practical public speaking course for subject matter experts. And today, we are talking about what I have personally learned, my best learning. I've learned a lot of things by staying with millionaires before I became one. I learned a lot of things by staying with billionaires now. I mean, Mark Cuban is one of the people I follow and get mentored by. There are many other people that I learn from. You know, Damon John is another person, the founder of FUBU, the clothing line. But I think the #1 biggest lesson that I have got is something that most people don't understand. And before I talk about that, I want to talk about the value of associating yourself with great people. Because let me tell you this. Just a few days ago, we just shot the episode 2 of the Kingdom, which is the video show that we do here on YouTube. If you haven't watched, make sure you go to YouTube and type Bishal Sarkar, The Kingdom, episode 2, you'll find it out. And one of the things we spoke about in that show is that you become who you hang out with. You become who you hang out with. So if you really want to be a great speaker, you want to hang out with other great speakers. If you really want to become a great leader, you want to hang out with other great leaders. If you really want to become a great father, you want to hang out with other great fathers. If you really want to become a successful entrepreneur, you really want to hang out with other successful entrepreneurs. And the reason I always associate myself with higher consciousness people, not just money-wise, but also people who are fit, who are healthy, who have great family life, is because I learn from them. I inspire them. I get inspired because I really want to be always in great situation, great place, great moments in great environments. Because let me give an example to you. If I take a small carton of milk, liquid milk, and if I put it on a shelf, on the kitchen shelf, how long do you think the milk will be in a good position or situation? Maybe 2 days, 3 days, correct? After that, the milk will be spoiled. Now, if I take the same exact milk and put it inside the refrigerator, now, how many days do you think the milk will be staying in a good situation? 7 days, 8 days, correct? Well, you see, the milk doesn't change. The environment does. Where you stay, your environment, that really matters. So which environment you are staying in? Are you staying with average people? That's your environment. That's who you become. That's how you get spoiled fast. That's how you go out of track. That's why you may sometimes feel demotivated. But if you stay with positive people, amazing people, successful people, millionaires and billionaires and fit people and good people with good relationships, people with love and consciousness, people with happiness and peace, that's what you become. So once we come back from the break, I'm going to show you the #1 biggest lesson that I have learned from staying with billionaires and how you can actually learn it and how you can apply it today to make more money, make more impact, and become more happy. So stay tuned.
I'm Prachi Kumar. I'm a software professional. So when I came to Bishal Sarkar's workshop, I didn't have great expectations. But when I came here, it was not only rocking the stage, but it was great transformation journey for me. So try to come here and not only rock the stage, but go to the next level.
All right. Welcome back to the episode 12 of the Daily Confidence Show. Today we are talking about what I have personally learned from associating with billionaires. And here's the lesson. What I've learned is to take my time very, very, very seriously. You know, one of the people, Kevin, who's also from Shark Tank, billionaire, one of the things he understands is that when he's on a phone call with somebody, every single minute he's on a phone call, it's costing him money. So he doesn't have time to spend an entire hour to talk to some bullshit guy, correct? Because he understands the value of his time. The question I want to ask you is that, do you understand the value of your time? I mean, have you ever made a calculation of your time value? I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Let me tell you this. Imagine you want to make, let's say, 50 lakhs rupees this year. Just imagine, 50 lakhs rupees this year. So basically what you're going to make per month is about 4 lakh something per month. 4 lakhs and how much? Yeah, 4 lakhs and 14,000, 15,000 rupees per month. Now, if that's the amount of money that you're going to make, that means you're working, let's say, 25 days a month. Let's say 20 days a month. 20 days a month you're working for 4 lakh 15,000. So if you divide everything, you're actually making about 22,000 rupees per day. Correct? If you're making 22,000 rupees per day, I'm doing some basic math in my head, not even calculators. So if I'm making the numbers wrong, forgive your brother. Listen, if you're making 22,000 rupees per day, that means you're making about 3,000 rupees per hour. Because 3,000 rupees per hour because you work maybe 8 hours a day. Some people work more than that, but on average 8 hours. So if anything that you do every hour which is not worth 3,000 rupees, don't do it. Because it's taking you away from your goal. See, that's how you want to think. That's every single day when you wake up. That's the mentality that you want to have. That, hey, do I know the value of my... And by the way, do the same calculation. Do how much money you want to make this year. Divide into the hours you're going to work. And you'll understand the value of your individual hour. Because that's how you want. And I did the math. And I understood that there are many things that don't need my attention at all. For example, I did not need to look at every single thing in my business. I mean, that was one of the things I was doing for a long time. I used to send this thing. I was also creating some email campaigns that used to go automatically to some of our highest end clients. But then I realized, okay, not everything deserves my attention. Not everything deserves my timing. So I gave up. I gave up a lot of the things that were not up to my value, so I could say yes to the things that were up to my value. And you want to do the same thing. So the number one biggest thing I've learned from billionaires is take your time very, very, very seriously. And I'll tell you another reason why. Many people think, oh, I mean, if I'm making money, isn't that good use of my time? Well, it depends on how much money you will make at that time. For example, if somebody tells me to speak for an event for less than 5 lakhs rupees, I won't do it right now at all, ever. Here's why. It's not worth my time at all to get dressed, to be mentally prepared, to go to an event and do the speech for 1 hour and come back in car. Not worth my time at all. And here's the thing. Sometimes you have to understand that time, and this is one thing I've learned from Jim Rohn, the business philosopher, time is more valuable than money. Time is more valuable than money. Time is not money. Time is more valuable than money. And the reason I say that is because understand that in your life, you can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Your time is fixed per day, 24 hours. You can't have 25, 26 hours. You can't have 48 hours a day. No, but you can always double your income. You can never double your time. So when you understand that fact, you will take your time much more seriously. You will not be distracted on Facebook and LinkedIn for 3 to 4 hours a day. You will not watch TV just to get entertained 2.5 hours a day. Maybe you'll spend that time, that quality time with your family to give them more happiness, to talk to them, and probably connect with them and ask them what happened to the school, what happened at the school, what happened at the grocery store, what happened. And you have that quality time because you understand that time is more valuable than money. So that's exactly what I learned. When we come back from the break, I'm going to tell you how you can actually associate with some of the best billionaires and millionaires so you can keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining like a star. So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Raghavan Sridhar. I'm a server administrator by profession. This course has been like a mirror to me. It has shown me my positives, it has shown me the areas that I need to improve. Also, it has given me the perfect points on how I improve my points.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to the episode 12 of the Daily Confidence Show. Today, we spoke about what I've personally learned from staying with billionaires and what is the number one biggest lesson I've learned, which is take your time more seriously. Every single day, take your time more seriously. Another reason you want to take your time more seriously is because if you don't take your time seriously, other people will not take your time seriously. Correct? If you don't take your time seriously, other people will not do that for you. So now, let me give you some tips on how to associate yourself with successful people, whether success in terms of money or profession or leadership or influence. How do you associate with them? Because that's one of the things I often hear whenever I speak at large organizations. That's one of the questions I get. Here's the thing. Always take small steps toward learning from successful people. And what I mean by that is, imagine you want to learn from, let's say you want to learn about leadership, okay? And let's say you want to learn from, by the way, leadership, I think the number one best expert to teach you leadership is John Maxwell. John Maxwell, great guy. My personal opinion is he's the best. If you want to learn from him, maybe you will not be able to get to him immediately. Maybe you can't meet him one-on-one. He doesn't do any one-on-one coaching as much as I know. And he does a few workshops where a few thousands people, and you won't get personal access to him much. However, if you wait to get that one-on-one coaching before you improve anything, it will take a long time. So I think what you should be doing is maybe get his audio program and learn a lot of things and improve in your life. Then maybe go to one of his workshops and get closer. It's like a ladder. You see, it's like a ladder you use. And when you're sincere, when you listen to his audio programs with complete attention and authority and apply those lessons in your life to see massive results, and then you read his books, then you go to his video programs, maybe a webinar or his YouTube videos, then you go to his workshops. Finally, when you have results, guess what? He will come to know about you, right? And that's when he pays attention to you. See, that's what you want to do. People often call my office, talk to Anupama or my other team members and say, hey, I want to meet Mr. Bishal Sarkar. And the first question we ask them is, first thing we tell them is, Mr. Bishal doesn't meet. That's what Anupama says. I personally don't do personal meetings with unknown people anymore right now. But we ask them, have you read my book? Have you gone through my audio program? Have you been to Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula Experience? Have you been to my Rule Your Life Mastermind? Because if you have not done the initial steps, how can you expect personal access to me one-on-one directly without me even knowing you? I don't owe you anything, right? That's what you need to understand. So if you really, really want to be associated with successful people, go to them, reach out. Watch their videos, get their books, invest in their programs. You have to, guys, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your success. That's how you become successful. And that's my tip for you for today on how to really, really become powerfully successful in your life, using your time, using your resources, using the people in your life. And that's my tip for you. Make sure you go to my website, bishalsarkar.com, if you want to download the free public speaking toolkit. If not, I really appreciate your time. See you tomorrow again in the Daily Confidence Show. I'm your host, Bishal Sarkar, always reminding you that public speaking is not about perfection. It's all about connection. See you tomorrow.